Hello everybody, this is OP from Fab Trips, and I hope you're having a great day or a great time. I'm here with some breaking news. Apparently the Bahamian government have now put a restriction on cruise ships and will not be allowing passengers who have not been vaccinated, well, passengers who are 12 years and above who have not been vaccinated into the Bahamas, and that has significant repercussions after this. So the Bahamian government just released a new order, just essentially saying cruise ships who are coming to the Bahamas cannot come to the Bahamas except they do three things. And these three things seems to suggest that they don't want unvaccinated people coming into the Bahamas. And let me read it for you so that you'll understand what the order says. So the order essentially says, effective the third day of September 2021 until the first day of November 2021, a cruise ship which is on a passenger voyage shall not be permitted to enter the port in the Bahamas, including a private stop, unless A, the captain or master of the cruise ship transmits a crew passenger manifest to the port medical officer, which discloses the vaccination status of all persons prior to arriving at the port. B, all passengers who are 12 years old and older were fully vaccinated prior to embarking on the cruise ship at the start of the voyage. And C, the health protocols previously submitted by its cruise line to the competent authority and approved by the competent authority has been complied with. I mean, if you look at that, it seems, and I think that's what is going on. It seems like the it seems like the Bahamian government do not want people who are unvaccinated to come into the Bahamas. Now, if you dig deeper, they actually do say something about private islands. And if you know, all cruise ships, pretty much all cruise ships coming out of the state of Florida make a stop in Bahamas. And if they don't, they make a stop in their private island. And a lot of this cruise lines, their private islands are part of the Bahamas technically. And it seems like if you have people who are 12 years and older and who are unvaccinated, they will not be able to stop on these islands. That has big consequences. What that means is they can actually ask for people's vaccination records, which I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, overall, from a health perspective, I think it's a good thing. But it just means that a lot of the cruise lines will now have to really amend what they're doing. I know MSC has already sent out letters to all their travel advisors, to the travel agents, to advise the passengers of this. And they will be given people who decide not to go on these cruises, especially between September 3rd and November 1st, those who decide not to go on these cruises, giving them the opportunity to cancel, and they would be given a full refund. But again, it's a push that you now see where a lot of these islands are now going to be asking that visitors coming on cruise ships have to be fully vaccinated. Visitors who are 12 years and older, that is. I think US Virgin Islands did the same thing. They were asking that passengers who are 12 years and older be fully vaccinated before they can come to the US Virgin Islands. And I believe Royal Caribbean had to comply to that. And in complying to that, they had to ask passengers for their vaccination status. And it seems Bahamas, which is probably the most visited island by cruise ships, going out of Florida, will now begin to do the same thing. Now, this goes in full face against what the Florida law is, but it seems this new order by the Bahamian government actually trumps whatever the Florida law is, because it's a stop. I guess the bottom line is, which is in one of my videos, 2 videos ago, you can check the video up there, is if you want to cruise at this time, get vaccinated. If you can't, for any reason, if you can't get vaccinated for any reason, then just take it easy till the COVID cases die down. Because you have to understand the Bahamian government is doing this simply because they are trying to ensure the safety of their citizens. I mean, any country would do that. But, some people have argued that it doesn't do anything because people who are vaccinated can also contract the virus, and by contract I mean breakthrough cases, and they can also transmit it. But if you look at the CDC data, you can tell that the contracting rate is still low amongst people who are vaccinated. Yes, there are breakthrough cases, but those breakthrough cases are less, 1. And 2, hospitalizations and deaths are also very, very, very minimal. I believe what the Bahamian government is trying to avoid is a system in which sick people actually come to the Bahamas and their hospitals and healthcare systems become strained in trying to take care of foreigners who come to their port. Now, some might argue that, hey, wait a second, if anybody is sick and comes in with COVID, if they have insurance would medevac them, or cruise lines we've seen usually fly people back from whatever island there is back to the US. But the reality is, if the person is really sick, it's going to be difficult, first of all, for the cruise lines to say, hey, we're flying you back to the US. That requires medical evacuation, which the cruise lines will not do. What the cruise lines do is, if you test positive and you're asymptomatic, they'll do a private charter for you and fly you back to the States. However, if you're sick and you need medical attention that the cruise ship cannot deal with, they are going to take you to a hospital in your island, at the island of call. So if it's at the Bahamas, they'll take you to the hospital if you're sick. And so I think this is one of the things that the Bahamian government is trying to avoid. Plus, again, it's more infectious and more transmittable amongst the unvaccinated versus those who are vaccinated. So it's understandable why the Bahamian government is doing this. So again, I'll tell all cruisers, if you have the opportunity and you can get vaccinated, take a look at the numbers. Like I said, the amount of people who have been vaccinated, hundreds of millions have been vaccinated, and look at the number of side effects, and just look at what's going on. Really, I'd say, and I think I can say completely, the risk is minimal. But again, if you don't want to and you can't, going on a cruise at this time is not compulsory. In actual fact, I'll say forget going on a cruise for maybe another year, until the whole world really figures out what's going on with COVID. But if you really want to cruise between now and next year, and you can get vaccinated, nothing medically stops you, then I'd advise you to do so before getting on a cruise ship. If you think this was helpful, I would like to invite you to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Costs you nothing, it just helps me and helps you out, and the notification bell just alerts you when I release another video. And I am releasing another video. That was a video I was going to release to let you find out what you needed to check the requirements for your cruise. Yes, That was it. The video is just to help you to check all the requirements of where to find the requirements for your cruise for all the cruise lines, and I'll be releasing that shortly. So, okay, like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you have any comments, please put it down below. I'll be glad to look at them and respond. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.